Alright guys, day 2 on this manual window to power window. So I got the boot in, got it through the door, got the screws, the self-tap screws that go, through the doors, on the door jambs on the body side of the car. I was told by a couple of guys that screws from the factory was not put into the boots on the door side of the car, so I won't be putting holes there since a couple of guys reached out to me in a couple of groups. Well, actually one guy, I ain't gonna say a couple of guys, one guy I don't want to give the credit. One guy, he reached out to me in a group and showed me the doors that they don't have the screws in there. So I went on and ran that wires through. I went to the audio store and got some speaker wire. So I just matched up 2 wires to run through the doors of each door while I had the boots going through. So I'm gonna tie a string up to these other wires. Well, I can actually tie these wires together and pull them through to make it look better. Like I said, I wanted to do that while I had the doors off. Had my wife to print me off these. You can see online on the Gbody forum, they have somebody had already did this and talked about it. So kind of let you know what the points at for the manual and the power. See the manual, you'll see that. You can see if you got manual, those rivets there. I already took 2 rivets out here, but I didn't want to take all of them out since I didn't have anything to go back in place at the moment. Now these do work, but they're slow. These are the original ones I took out the door. Went to Napa, they had to order me another one, and these here, I gave them the part number, and this is the number here that everyone uses, I think, 742-150, and told them I want to match them up to make sure. And like I said, this is from Napa. I believe they are. I just told them I wanted to make sure everything was good on both sides. So this is first time I'm opening this up. Well, I looked at it at the store, but I told them I'm gonna get home and try to look at it. And I got to get some grease to put on the motor, put on the tracks. They didn't have any, so I guess these are the bolts. 3 bolts for, I'll see where these go. But I'm gonna use the bolts I already have. So, and he wanted to make sure it wasn't a left and right motor. That's what he wanted me to look at too. Make sure the motors was identical. I think that's how it goes. So I'm gonna have to check that out and make sure these motors are identical. So would that plate go on either way? Yeah, look like that plate go on either way. Yeah, so I don't think they're, let me make sure the connectors, that connector there, that connector there. So compare the old to the new, make sure everything good. Okay, they look identical to me. Yep, look good to me. I'm gonna test these. I'm gonna get some wire. Since I already got the connector in the car, I don't think I have a way to connect these. I don't know which wire is the power. I guess it's just 2 pins. So I'm gonna try to run some power to these and see if I can record the speed of them. I'll be right back. And those are the door locks. I know they work. I tested these. I saw on the forum, on this same forum, I believe, a guy put the bolts in there, had tape on there, and had this down. I wonder if they make this rubber grommet. It's 40 years old. Like it's good. I'll probably put some grease to see if I can clean that off a little bit. And I've been having them sitting up for a couple of years. Plus, they've been in the doors that they was in before I got them. So, like I said, these work. All this work. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. So I'm back. So I had an extra pigtail to run to the motors. It's just tan and gray wire on there. You can hook this positive, negative up either way, because one is to let it up and the other one is to let it down. Once you hook, you can hook a negative up to each wire and positive up. Negative there, positive there. Then you can come back and put positive here and negative there. And what that is up and down. So this motor worked, but let me see which speed this is. I don't know if this up or down. I think this may be, I think that's down. You can see how slow it goes. Okay, bear with me. I'll be right back. And I think that was down, because I think the motor goes in this angle going down towards the door, and I believe this is up. You can see it move a little faster. Okay, we're gonna test this one next. This motor was working just yesterday, and that may have been its last time working. It's been a while since I've even powered these up. I think maybe over a year, maybe a year and a half, but it's not working either way. Let me see if I can try to show you. You can hear it. It's not even working. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and power this one. Okay, so I went ahead and turn the new one on. Let's see. I think it may. Let me make sure. There it is. I don't have the wire all the way in. I'm gonna go back and try that one after this and see if that's what the problem was. There we go. See, it's going, so that'll be up. I'm assuming that may be up or down. I figure it out once I get to it. But see, it's moving good. I'm gonna go the opposite way. I got it reversed. You can see it's good to go. So I'm gonna try this one again, and I think this one may be gone. Yeah, this one is gone. When I connect it, the wires here start smoking when I connect it either way, so that motor is gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them know. I already paid for it. I'm gonna let them know that this motor is good, and the other motor will be the same way. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to start finishing up removing these pop rivets. So I need to go ahead and finish removing these two. Kind of want to put them beside each other. That was the purpose of me getting it. So I can look at them compared to each other. So I know those two need to come off. I'm gonna end up having to drill this hole here, because I have these holes here, I believe. Let me go over here. So looking at this, I got them circled already, so I'm gonna have to, that rivet is already out. I'm gonna have to just I already knocked the pin out, just get it off, get that off. I'm gonna have to drill a hole here, and here is where the motor is going. I'm gonna get I got a hole saw. They say at 1 inch, so I'm gonna drill that out, this and there. That's for the motor to go, to sit in there. I think the window guides are all the same. Only thing is different is the regulator and the motor on this one. So the regulator will go here and the motor will go there. I'm sorry, regulator in these 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, motor, 1, 2, 3. I don't think anything else different. I forgot I got to do my power window and locks, so that's gonna be another story. I gotta figure that out. Haven't got that far yet. Just been trying to get the window. That way when I drop this window, I can get it to go back up once I put everything back in. Get the tracks and guides greased up. So stay tuned, guys. I removed these pieces here and I marked the locations. You can see it. I removed each piece and marked the location. A couple of the pieces, I marked them as well. I'm gonna sand this back down over here and paint this. I got the rivets out. Got the manual regulator out. Got the window out. I also took this, let's see where it's at. Just had it. Oh. Took this piece off the glass because it wouldn't come out. Glass is out. Got those places out. People say use a hole saw, 1-inch hole saw. You don't need to use a 1-inch hole saw if you're going from manual to power. If you take this out, use a step bit. I stepped up to a 3/4 because that's what I had. My 1-inch hole saw broke. The 13mm go through, but I'm gonna go ahead and drill those to 1 inch. Find my step bit that go up to 1 inch, go up to 1 inch. You can see I was going up to 1 inch here. And the hole saw filed out. So just to let you guys know, if you're going from manual to power, don't use a hole saw. It's irrelevant. Use a step bit and step it up to 1 inch. It's easier, it's quicker, time consuming, and you can go ahead and move to the next project or the next step, not next project, but at least the next step to getting this glass back in and all of that. So I tested the location like they had pre-marked. So I got those. I don't know how far that offset. I would look at a video to see, but I am going to step it up to 1 inch. Just wanted to share that to guys who's going from manual to power. Do not use a hole saw. Get a step bit. Stay tuned. Get this done. And I wish I'd have known this before I start using the hole saw, but sometimes we have to learn from our mistakes, and we have to figure out what works best for us, and you get the same results, if not better. Stay tuned. Be blessed. This the deal. I got my 1 inch drill bit. Drilled the holes 1 inch. For any excess metal, I got this file down, sharp edges. I'm gonna do this too since I got it out. Got a couple of pieces over here in the back. And it cut me a couple of times. I'm gonna take care of that. What I'm gonna do after that is all that shavings in there, you can see where it's I'm gonna go ahead and clean in there, get some sandpaper, sand in there, and prime it and paint it. Anything like that, little shavings like that, I'm gonna vacuum all that out. So it's done. We're gonna go ahead after this and get everything cleaned up, get rid of this, trash these shavings, and start cleaning up, wipe all that down. Good thing it's painted, but I got some sticky little tack rags, get all that excess metal, clean it off in there. But it's all done now. Holes are drilled for the regulators, and holes are drilled for the motor. So we're gonna get this done and clean some of this up, and we're gonna come back and let me see. Me go walk up in here. I got a little building. I putting it together to get my I hung them up. You can see they all painted. Not perfect, but they're better than they were originally. Like I said, get all little rust off of it, sand it down, prime it, paint it. Don't care about it running. It ain't got to be perfect. It's better than it was from the factory. So we're gonna get at it. Had to pause. I got the door, got it cleaned up in there, vacuumed it, sanded it, primed it. You can see it's primed down in there. I'm gonna paint it. but just thought about it. I need to get these power lock actuators installed. And from looking at it, look like everything is the same except for this rod here. You can see it has this extra piece. This is the door lock. I left a piece on there, and it looked like it's this extra stem that's on here. If you look at this and you look at here, it don't have that piece there. So what I'm gonna do is, if it's the same, I'm gonna unbolt this door from here. I'm gonna pull this connector off here, this tab that locks this pin in. I'm gonna pull it off, and I think it's already on here, so I can reuse this one that's on there. You can see in there, and I'm gonna just connect this one on there, and this goes down to the actuator, which I got over there. And I think that's all I see that's different. Yeah, that's the only thing that I see different right now. I'm gonna keep looking, but I'm gonna update you guys. Everything else look like it's about the same. Yeah, I just learned the rods definitely are different, because this goes here originally, and that's about a 3/8. I think that's about a 3/8. These are gonna be a 1/4. You can see the rod don't have the lock that goes to the actuator. On the forum I read to put tape on these, and that's definitely right, because when you put these in there, they're gonna lose their location. And man, I dropped 2 of them in the door. I'm gonna have to get them out, scratch my arm up. But putting tape on there like that actually helps hold the bolts in, so when you put them in. So I'm gonna put this in, plug the harness in, and stick the bolts through there. These are 1/4 inch by, I think, 3/4. Some people say 1/4 inch by 20 by 3/4, or 1/4 inch by 20 by 1/2 inch. Stay tuned.